Hey gang, today we're going to do the solo and the chords to Paul McCartney's hit from the 70s, My Love. It's really a very well thought out and melodic solo, and the chords are really interesting as well. Hope you enjoy it. As always, if you like this one, press the like button or the thumbs up, and if you haven't yet, subscribe for a couple of these every week. And don't forget to leave your suggestions in the comments below. We'll see you in just a second. All right, gang. Well, let's go over this note for note. First thing we'll do is the chords, and then we'll do the solo, because I think the chords really inform the solo quite a bit. Now, you can download the tab and the chords in the link to the description, so I'd advise that pretty strongly. Okay, if you can do it, go ahead and do that. It's going to help you out a lot. All right, so let's go over the chords, and I'm going to try and sing it to help you navigate, okay? So we're going to start out here with a B flat major 7th chord, okay? And when I go away, I know my heart can stay with A minor 7. It's understood. D9. It's in the hands of G minor 7. And A minor 7, B flat major 7, B minor 7 flat 5, whoa, whoa, F chord, whoa, whoa, G minor 7, B flat, does it, F. All right, so if you got that, you got the chords. Now those chords, there were two chords that were a little bit weird. You can think about those as a couple of different, you can think about them in a couple of different key centers. The most obvious would be a B flat key center, and you can think of a lot of the solo as being in, if you want to, as being in a B flat major pentatonic, or indeed G minor pentatonic. The way I like thinking of it is in F major, and it works out the same. I like thinking of it in F major, and you're starting out on the 4 chord, which is a major chord, right, or major 7th chord. And if you think about it that way, there's only 2 chords that don't fit. The 2 chords are this D9th, or the D dominant. You can play a dominant 7th there if you want to. It sounds just as good. Or even some other altered chords. But it's a D dominant. And normally in the key of F you'd have a minor chord there because it's the relative minor of F. So we'll have to play deliberately over that. We'll have to think about what we're doing there. And then obviously the other one is this B flat or B minor 7th flat 5 chord. And we'll play deliberately over that chord as well. All right, so that's pretty much it. Let's get on to the solo. So let's take it kind of line by line. So we're going to start out here on this B flat major 7th, and we'll do it over the first part. And when I go away, I know my heart will stay with my love. Okay, so it starts out with all right, so again, if we think of this as playing in the key of B flat, F will work, but if you want to use the G minor pentatonic or the B flat major pentatonic, maybe these will make more sense to you because from a rock perspective, rock playing perspective. So we're going to start out here. If we take that, we're just in that regular blues box, and these licks become very commonplace. That's a G minor pentatonic blues box right there. All right. So we're going to start out on the 6th, on the 1st string, and then the 3rd. And then on the 2nd string, we're going to play the 6th. And then with letting that ring, we're going to then play on the 3rd string the 5th and bend it up a whole step and kind of waver it a bit. And it even works if you play them both at the same time. That's fine. It sounds good if you play that. All right? So that's what's going on there. And it just does it again. Same lick, but it's just a different timing on it. Okay? So that's coming up after you. So that's second string sixth, and then first string third, sixth on the second, and then on the third string we're going to just play that note again. On the fifth we're going to bend it up, and then we're going to bring it down to its natural state and give it a little bit of a vibrato. And that's over that A minor. You can see it's a chord tone. It sounds great. All right? Next chord is that D minor, or I'm sorry, the D9. And we're going to play very deliberately over it. We're going to play this. Okay, so this is part of a D7 arpeggio, and so we're going to play that. Okay, you can also think of it as just playing over like an A Dorian if you want to, but a D7th arpeggio I think works. So okay, so here we're playing 5 on the second, 5 on the first, okay, and 8 on the first, and then doing a little dipsy-doodle, hammer on and off, 5 on the second, and slide up to 7. And that ending note is the third of a D7 chord. If you want a guideline, you end on the root, you end on the third, you end on the seventh. It's always going to sound good. Third and root are just very strong notes, all right? So we're ending there. And I should note that you should give subtle vibrato to all of these ending notes. It's a nice slow solo, so you can, milk every note as much as you can, okay? There we go. So now we're going to that G minor 7th, and we'll just play a couple of chord tones, all right? So up here we're playing second string 8th fret, which is a G. We're going to play that 4 times. And then we're going to trail it down and then play third string 3rd fret. You'll notice both of those. The G obviously is in the G minor chord. You can play it up here too if you want, but you don't get that nice trail off. So that's why I played it up here. But you can obviously see that it's in the chord if you play it here. All right, now we're just going to play that same lick, moving it up 2 frets for the A minor 7th. Except we're going to play the A minor 7th on the, or the A on the 2nd fret, 10th on the 2nd string, 10th fret. Okay, and that's over that A minor 7th. Now we go to the B flat major 7th chord, and we ascend up the neck in the following way. Okay, one more time. All right, and that's all over that B flat major 7th. Now, if you notice this, if you didn't notice it, it is what it is, but we're kind of playing, we're playing notes that are in and around that B flat major 7th, and we're also playing notes that are in the F major pentatonic, okay? So that's the first part. We're going to slide from the 5th to the 7th on the 3rd, and then play 6/8 on the 2nd. All right, and then next we're going to play this. Okay, so again 6/8, slide up to the 10th, then play 8th on the 1st, and then play 10 and slide it up quickly to the 13th. Okay, now that's just when that, at just that moment, at that moment we're playing the B minor 7th flat 5 chord, okay? So there's a couple of different ways to finger this chord, by the way, just so that you're knowing. I'm fingering it up here with the root on the 7th fret of the 6th string, but That's actually a little bit difficult to finger. It's really easy to finger right here with a root on the 5th string, 2nd fret. You've got 2, 3, 2, and 3 in terms of frets, and that's actually really easy to finger. The point of this, though, is that you're going to slide up to this F, all right, and over this chord, this minor 7th flat 5, we're going to play the following. You can actually just think of this as the F major pentatonic, and we're going to play. I'll explain to you why you can do it that way, and it's a little bit tricky, but just at least right now you can think about it. If you've been thinking about this as F major, it just all works. All these slides up and down the neck all work in F major. So you're not. It's only over that D ninth that it doesn't. All right. So what are we doing? So that's 10 on the 1st, 13 on the 2nd, twice, and then on the 3rd string we're playing. So again, that's a whole step bend on the 12th on the 3rd string, and then pulling off to the 10th, and then again 12, 10, and then again now we're going to very deliberately play. All right, and I love how controlled it is. Again, it's give it some vibrato, and that's the end of the solo. It's very short. Now, why the heck can we play that F major pentatonic, or again, remember, it's the same as a D minor pentatonic? Well, the short answer, at least in my brain, is that this chord, this B minor 7th flat 5 chord, is highly related to a D minor chord. In fact, it's almost the same as a D minor chord. Sometimes people call that a D minor 6th with a B flat, or with a B in the bass, instead of the B minor 7th flat 5. But that's another place to play it, right here. But see, that's the, see how close that is to a D minor 7th. It has a similar sound. All right, so it's similar to a D minor 6th chord. And because of that, you can play, because it's a D minor essentially flavor, you can play a minor pentatonic, and it sounds great over a chord like that. So, for what it's worth, a little bit of theory there. Well, there you have it, gang. Paul McCartney's My Love, the solo to it, and also the chords to it. Really nice chords, nice melody to it, and the solo, very melodic solo. Hope you enjoyed this one, and we will see you on down the road.